Hey, what's up, family? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here today. Today is Friday, June 10th. I first want to start off by saying happy birthday to my grandson, my oldest grandson, who is 12 years old today. Happy birthday, Caleb. Wishing you all the best on your birthday. So I wanted to come on here first because this video you're about to see, I actually uploaded this video 3 weeks ago to my third channel, which I haven't been able to do anything over there, and that is Mother Truckin' Wife. But it's in relation to my video yesterday talking about how the ports are back open in Shanghai and what's going on with that situation. So check this video out. Leave me some comments down below. And y'all, if you don't think it is time to start preparing, you really need to rethink that and start getting some items now. Don't be distracted by all the things that are going on in the news, all the way from the January 6th committee that's going on down to other situations that's going on. Don't get distracted, because there's so much that's happening that will affect you, okay, and the economy, okay? I know I'm saying okay a lot, but for real, it is a lot going on. We are still dealing with these food shortages. We will be dealing with these food shortages for an extremely long time, all the way into the end of the year, and I believe into 2023 as well, if not longer. So what we do today matters how we live and survive tomorrow. So you want to live comfortably, or you want to struggle in the survival part of it and not have what you need? Because once the SHTF happens, people are going to go out. They are going to take every single thing off the shelf, just like they did in 2020. Because a lot of people think that this food shortage is, one, still made up, or two, gonna get back to normal. And it's not going to get back to normal anytime soon. And this is not a doom and gloom video. It is the absolute truth. So take it for what it is. Prepare today. Get your family situated with what they need medically, financially, because you're going to need to have some finances. So set some things aside. Keep some cash on hand in case the grid goes down, or even if it's just a storm that comes through and knocks the power out for weeks at a time. Grocery stores will not be able to either open, or if they do open, they're only accepting cash because they got to get rid of that food before it goes bad. So take that into account. Stock up on your water. Again, stock up on your medications. Look into herbal remedies, things that can help benefit you, that's not medication that you know, Mother Earth grows for you. Look into those things. I'm starting to look into those things more and more now as well, and what can I grow and what can I make tinctures from. So y'all take care, and I'll see you in the next video. The supply chain has not gotten any better. Shanghai has been locked down for months. They are releasing a lot of the people now from the lockdowns, and it should be up by June 1st is what they're saying. But due to the fact that ports are running behind and backed up, nothing has been moving. It is going to take a while before things start to move. Someone was quoted saying, it's going to be really bad when we're talking about goods coming out of China. It's not just the finished products we buy directly, but it's also a lot of parts that are crucial to manufacturing other things that we buy too. That's bad news for supply chains that are already feeling the stress of the Shanghai lockdown. While authorities have stepped up their efforts to allow some production at factories around the city to continue, supply chains in the region are in a dire state. At the port of Shanghai, the largest container port in the world, ships are backed up, waiting to unload their cargo. While the port has remained open throughout the lockdown, unloading ships has been a challenge due to strict restrictions that have put 90% of the trucks supporting import and export deliveries out of action. That's led thousands of container ships to stacking up. at the ports in a nightmare similar to what the west coast of the U.S. saw last year. Economists are also fearing the worst. The more severe it gets, the more the impact will be. These transport and supply chain disruptions are going to feed into the global supply chain problems and the U.S. A lot of countries are now stopping export to other countries of food. They have taken a toll of how much they have, how much they need, and they had to put a stop to it. Yet the United States continues to send and send.
The Chinese government is creating an additional new stage within its zero COVID strategy. It's called silent management mode, meaning all unnecessary city deliveries suspended from May 10th through the 15th, with the target of reopening on June 1st. CNBC senior editor Lorianne LaRocco joins us now with more on how China's continued zero COVID policy is impacting not only Shanghai, but the broader global supply chain. Lorianne, thanks for being here this morning. Will this new policy help correct the bottlenecks that companies are currently facing?
Good morning, Frank. And the answer, unfortunately, is no. I got off the phone this morning with one of my logistics coordinators in China, and they're telling me that the cross-city border, if you will, for the trucks, they're not open. And what does that mean? It means that the containers are not coming. They are getting phone calls from their clients saying, we need raw materials. So unfortunately, this is more rhetoric than action. And so what I want to do today is kind of give you the skinny, if you will, on the flow of trade. And I want to start with what we are calling dwell times. And what are they? Well, vessel dwell times tells you how long a vessel is at anchor. And for the containers, for the container dwell time, it's actually the length of time that the box waits at the port to get on the vessel. And so what does all this mean? It actually tells you the truth in terms of zero COVID and the impact it is having on the U.S. supply chain. When you're looking at the imports, and that's where the vessel dwell time comes in, that shows you that vessels are near a wait time as high as 12 days. That is a very, very long time, whereas normally you're only in port, you're waiting maybe a day or two. For the exports, and this is critical, this is the U.S. supply chain here, the containers are waiting a whopping 3 days before they get on a vessel. Normally, they only wait for a day. And remember, folks, a vessel at rest is not at money. And why is this happening? The tight control of moving freight between the cities. Factories need to apply for permissions that are only valid for 24 hours.
And how have the delays getting into the Shanghai port impacted other trade routes?
Well, exactly. It's like Shanghai, if you will, is like the heartbeat for the intra-Asia trade route. And so what happens is you've got Cambodia, Vietnam, Malaysia, all of these countries bounce a product back and forth to get finished. And this also includes Japan. Last week, the audience may remember that Toyota, Mitsubishi, and Suzuki all came out saying that they were either closing factories or they had to stop back production because of the lack of raw materials to make their product. And then closer to Shanghai's home, Tesla. They last week had to shut down production as well.
So how are these delays from Shanghai hitting U.S. exports on finished goods?
Well, this is the chart that really speaks the story. You are looking at Shanghai exports into the United States. That is a ski slope. No country wants to see their trade in a downward trajectory. This is what is happening with zero COVID. And what's going to happen is once things reopen, you're going to have that container crunch that everybody is going to be talking about. And so this is the reality of zero COVID.